Hi you guys, it's Constance. I'm here to talk to you about my new campaign, Back on Track to South Africa, the RunRaiser. Back in 2008, I was actually diagnosed with lupus nephritis, which threw me off track completely. I had been running track since I was 10 years old. I ran for a track team called Mercury Track Club in Atlanta, Georgia, and running track just gave me a sense of exhilaration that I had never felt before. I love being able to travel to different cities across the country, to compete against different teams. I was a state champion 2 years in a row, and I held the state record for the 400-meter dash in my age group. When I was in high school, I was a state finalist for all 4 years, and I ran cross country on my off season. Even though I was a sprinter, I just ran so that I could build my endurance and keep in shape. I knew that I wanted to pursue track long term, so my senior year I was recruited for a few different track teams, and ultimately I chose Yale as the school that I went to as a track recruit. I ran my first semester in college, and then my body started breaking down. I started having a lot of joint pain in my knees and my legs and my elbows, my wrists. Everything was just really painful. And that's when I was diagnosed with lupus. And because I couldn't walk, I definitely couldn't run track. So I had to sit out the rest of my freshman year from track. And it was really painful just not being able to do the sport that I love. That's what I wanted to do, and I couldn't do it because my body just wasn't cooperating. 2 years later, I was actually placed on dialysis. I was placed on something called hemodialysis first, where you have to actually go into a clinic 3 times a week and get your blood cleansed. They took all of your blood out, cleaned it out, and put it back into your body, and it was a really draining experience. And after I did that for a couple of months, I switched to something else called peritoneal dialysis. It's something that I had to do every single night my senior year of college, and you hook up to a machine 8 hours, and it's a really draining experience, but I was lucky that I had that. I was lucky that I was able to even have dialysis, because without that my kidneys would have just failed. Luckily, after my senior year, I was able to get a transplant from my stepfather, Andre Lloyd. I was extremely blessed and happy that I was able to have a second chance at life, basically, at leading a normal life. And that's when I realized that there was something called the Transplant Olympics that happens every 2 years. This year it's going to be in South Africa this summer from July 28th until August 5th. And I am really fortunate to be able to have the opportunity to compete at the Transplant Olympics as a sprinter. I'm really excited to get back on the track and run and compete against other people like me who have had transplants. It's an amazing opportunity, and that's where you come in. This is where I need your help. In order to register for the Transplant Olympics, it's actually $965, but that includes my hotel and it includes my food. And also, in addition to that expense, I have $250 that I have to pay for team dues. I'm going to be a part of Team USA, representing the USA for the Transplant Olympics, and I have to pay them as well. And I am looking to raise a total of $1,215 to pay all of my expenses, and any contributions that you would be able to give would be greatly appreciated. I'm really excited that I have the second chance at life, a second chance at being able to run track, and another opportunity to travel and do the sport that I love. And I would really appreciate if you could donate in any ways possible. If you look on my site on Indiegogo, you'll be able to find all of the information that you need in order to contribute to my campaign. Remember, it's called Back on Track to South Africa, the RunRaiser. Thank you so much.